right, thanks everybody for joining. Wanted to go over real quick the chronological logistics of the 490 years, because this is the whole premise. A lot of people, they think we're trying to be nice, okay? We're trying to be loving, okay? A lot of people think they know things about the chronology or the sequence of events, but all they know is 7 years when it comes to dispensational thinking. That's all they know, 7 years. Where they get that 7 years from, they don't know, but that's all they know. So we're going to go down and go in and break down all the parameters of those 490 years. And it's really, really simple. The whole premise is on, pay particular attention please, the whole premise is on who confirms the covenant of Daniel 9:24 to 27. You hear us say all the time, to finish the transgression, to make an end of sins, make reconciliation for iniquity, bring in everlasting righteousness, seal up the vision of prophecy, and to anoint the most holy. There's 7 of them. We maintain that it was, is, and forever shall be Jesus Christ. It's not going to be the Antichrist that, according to the dispensationalists, that they purport to. Okay? This has grave ramifications, because if we don't get this right, people think that and I know I'm going to get a lot of flack. I already know. Okay? Already know. But people are expecting Jesus Christ in the format of the appearance, that's a good way to put it, in the format of the appearance of the Antichrist. That is not the way to go. Now let's get down to the breakdown, because it all comes down to one word. That one single word is after. And you got to know, we're not saying memorize it, but we're saying at least know what the chronological parameters are. Because everything is in the details. You know, any lawyer will tell you that. Yeah, 490 years. Okay, 7 years equals 1 week. Each week constitutes, again, 7 years, 7 times 70, the 70 weeks prophecy of Daniel 9:24 to 27. Then you have the incremental breakdowns actually, plural, of the first 7 years, which is 7 times 7 is 49. We understand that, right? It's pretty simple stuff, okay? Because we're dealing with the total of 490 years. So 7 times 7 is 49. Then we take the second increment is 62 weeks. 62 times 7 is 434, okay? 434. Once you get it memorized, you get it memorized. So you take the 49 plus the 434, you get 483, which leaves 1 week. But, however, what it says is in Daniel 9:24 to 27, it says, after the 62 weeks, shall Messiah be cut off. So the bottom line is, no matter how you look at this, any way you slice it or dice it or whatever you do, you have to come to terms. Anybody, we're not pointing fingers, we're just saying, anybody has to come to terms with the fact that it is after the 62 weeks that the Messiah, Jesus Christ, was cut off. And all of that. We're not going to get into the other secondary prints that everybody knows as Titus of the 10th Roman Legion and all that kind of stuff that happened 66 to 70 in the siege of Jerusalem AD. We're not going to go there. We're just trying to give you the simple basics right now. That is the gist of it. It's after. So if it's after the 62 weeks, then we're already in the commencement, in the beginning, and the rollout of the last 70th week. If it's after 62 weeks, again, 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 62 is 434. You take 49 plus 434. You take both of those and you add them, you get 483. That leaves 1 week. It's after the 62 weeks, because you had the 7 weeks that preceded it. Okay? Would you please get this stuff? It's not hard. It was Jesus Christ who performed that accomplishment.